Hi, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, where I teach you how to strategize to win so you can expect to win. I'm Carla Harris, and let's get started. One of the most important skills that you need in order to maximize your success in your career are negotiating skills. And negotiations are all around you, by the way. You can negotiate at a street fair. You can negotiate in a retail store. You can negotiate when you're thinking about buying a house, but negotiations. They are critical, obviously, for you in your career because they could affect your compensation. They could affect your title. They can also affect the career trajectory, the role that you will play. So it's important that you understand sort of the basics around negotiations. And I'll give you a few of the basic tools that I deployed over my 3 decades on Wall Street. The first was understanding what you are negotiating for and what you can negotiate for in one conversation. When you are just getting hired into an organization, that conversation can certainly be around your salary, your title, and the job description. But generally, you don't want to push for very much more in that first conversation because you want to make sure that you can accomplish those things that you are setting out to do in that conversation. With respect to salary, it is so critical that you understand the market value of the seat. Every role, it doesn't matter what industry it is, every role has a market value of a seat. And the market value is generally in a range, the high or the low. And it's important when you embark on those conversations that you are clear on what that is. If you go into a negotiation around salary and you ask for something that is way outside of the band, you have now communicated to the person on the other side of that conversation that you have no leverage because you have no idea what that seat should be valued in, and they are going to come for you in that negotiation. So be clear before you start to have those conversations on what the market value of the seat is. It is almost irrelevant what they have offered you. If they've offered you a number below the seat, then obviously that's not something you're going to accept, and you need to be able to make the argument around the research that you have done that says the market value of that seat is between A and B. If they offer you a number that's way above your research, now you want to have a couple of questions because you want to understand why. And the reason you want to ask those questions is because perhaps the expectations around what you must deliver are beyond that which you could deliver. And in those conversations, you want to make sure those things line up, that the money lines up with what you are expected to deliver and what you believe you are able to deliver. The second thing is you want to understand the title. If you're negotiating around the title and the title that you want is beyond that which has been offered, then you need to have a very strong narrative, a very strong reason why you want that particular title. And it can't be, oh, because I had this title the last time, or I want this title because I might do something going forward. You need to be able to justify the title that you are asking for because that's the title that is commensurate with what they're expecting you to do in the job. You've done your homework. Other roles in other companies with that same job description have this particular title. Or I want the title to communicate to the organization that I'm responsible for this, this, and this, but there needs to be a really good reason. If you are negotiating for a new opportunity within your organization, it's not enough to say, I want it, or I'm ready for it, or I've earned it. You now need to be able to say, here's how the organization benefits if I have an opportunity to do this role. I believe I will do a great job for these 3 reasons. I believe I can contribute these things to the organizations if I have this opportunity. I believe I can execute in a way that's different than other candidates without mentioning anyone else. But you have to make the argument as to why it's good for the organization to let you do those things that you would like to do. The next thing that has been important in my negotiations is understanding where my line is. What do I mean by that? Where am I willing to walk away? Where am I willing to compromise? If I'm asking for this salary and I get something that's just below it, the question that I ask myself before I go into those conversations, am I prepared to get that number? And if I'm prepared to get that number, which is below my number, how long will I sit with that number? What am I going to ask for around the opportunity to move beyond that? But you have to know where you're prepared to walk away. The third thing is I've always prepared and asked myself, what if they say no to this particular ask? What am I prepared to do? What's my fallback position? Am I willing to quit over this, or am I going to play for another opportunity to have the conversation? But you must know where your walkaway line is, and you must know how you are going to respond in the event that you get the no. So understanding what you're negotiating for, understanding your walkaway line, and understanding what your fallback position is, and lastly, what's your response to the no? And being prepared with those will arm you for a very productive negotiating conversation. Go get them. Expect to win. If you would like to see more videos and get a few more of my pearls, then like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.